spend 60 more hours to make sure that we don't have 4 more years of Barack Obama. So we've got to work our hearts out the next 60 hours. And I'm really honored to be here with my friend Ovide LaMontagne and his great wife Betty. What Governor Jindal said is absolutely true. And what Frank just said is absolutely true. We need Ovide in Concord. He's going to do what's right for our state. Fiscal responsibility, making sure we balance our budget without raising taxes, making sure that New Hampshire is the best state in the nation to do business, and making sure that we preserve the values that make New Hampshire great. And so please get out there, vote for Ovide, get your friends, get your neighbors. We got to do the door-to-door. Ovide, I am so looking forward to calling you governor. It's going to be we work really well together, Frank and I and Charlie, to do the right things for New Hampshire. We're working to get fiscal responsibility in Washington to make sure that we can cut the wasteful spending, stop spending money that we don't have, create the right climate for small businesses in this country to thrive and grow. So please do whatever you can. We need to make sure that Frank is re-elected, and I'm confident that he will be, but please, Carol Shea Pelosi, no. Okay? No. We've seen that. Remember? Obamacare, stimulus, more spending. We're not going down that road again, okay? So make sure that you're over that finish line, and I'm so honored to serve with you, and I know we will be back serving again together. And the presidential election. Governor Jindal said it. This is the most important election in our lifetimes, because this is going to set the course of which direction we go in this country. And we have seen where we have been over the last 4 years. We've seen the anemic economic recovery, where the unemployment rate today is higher than when this president took office. After he spent and borrowed nearly $1 trillion of your money, borrowing from China, took your money, and here we are, spending on lots of pet projects and government programs. But the private sector jobs, we know that's not where the jobs are created. It's with a great environment for small businesses. It's with making sure that we have the right tax and regulatory climate in Washington. So we've seen this story with Barack Obama. And what disgusts me the most of where we've been over the last 4 years is the debt. When I think about it, it is about our children. It's why I ran for the United States Senate. I'm working hard to do what I told you I would do, to get our fiscal house in order, to vote against spending when it's irresponsible. We need a partner in the White House. We need a leader in this country that is going to get, once and for all, clean up the budget mess. And you know what? We already know that Mitt Romney can do it because he did it in Massachusetts. And think about how hard it is to be a governor in Massachusetts, where 85% of your legislature is from the opposite party. Yet he balanced budgets. He could work with the other side of the aisle. He brought people together. Unlike this president, he will unite us, not divide us. He's in this for America first, to make sure that our country remains strong, because we've got 2 directions we can go. We can continue on decline, or nothing can stop the greatest country on earth. We can make sure that nothing can stop us, American prosperity and strength. And if we elect Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan, I am confident that the next century will be an American century. So that's what's at stake in this election for our country. I want to mention 2 words. I said them last night in Ohio, but when we think about the last 4 years and 2 examples of this president's lack of leadership and failure of leadership, it's budget and Benghazi. let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, 3 years in a row, yes, he did submit a budget, couldn't even get a vote from his own party. Why? Why? Because that budget would have brought us to $25 trillion in debt over the next 10 years. It was so fiscally irresponsible. Said he would cut the deficit in half. 4 years of $1 trillion plus deficits and the most debt added of any president in the history of our country. So when you think about the budget, and then you think about the questions and the stories, and really what happened, 4 brave Americans that were murdered overseas, why wasn't that consulate protected? When you think about the national security failure, the president was disengaged from both, and both are examples of failure of leadership. So when you go to the polls, please think about, we can do so much better in this great country. We live in an exceptional nation. We are blessed to live in this country. And we know that when we have Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan in the White House, that they're going to turn this around, that they're going to make sure that we do what's right for our country, and nothing can stop this great country. And when we have Ovide in the corner office in Concord, I know the same thing for New Hampshire, because this is so great to live in this country, and we can do this. You can do this. Please make the phone calls. Continue everything that you've done. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me the privilege of representing you. I want to thank you for all the work you are doing, both for Ovide and for Frank and for Mitt and for Paul. And I know that if they were here right now, they would thank you from the bottom of their hearts. They are so grateful. But let's not let up. That 60 hours, the work that we do in the next 60 hours, and what we can see over the next 4 years. Think about it before us, the choice before us, and how much we can turn this country around and make sure that Americans are working again and we get our fiscal house in order, all the great things, and the best military in the world. So let's not leave anything behind. Are we going to have a victory on Tuesday?
Croc TV.